What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Don't Get It Twisted podcast. I'm here with my lovely co-star, Miss Dia Nueva.
Hey.
How you doing, girl?
Girl, it's Valentine's Day. You know, we got a different wig for today. Gotta spice it up for my boobs.
I feel you. You're looking good.
Thank you. I'm loving the curls you holding down.
Thank you.
Yes.
Our quote of the day goes like this. If you look at the people in your circle and you don't get inspired, you don't have a circle, you have a cage. That is by Nipsey Hussle the Great. I love that quote. It spoke volumes to me, and it always has. If you look around you and you don't feel inspired, you don't feel like the need to progress in life, then you don't have the right people around you.
You know, that is like inadvertently, like I live by that motto because this is something I'm trying to work on in 2021, but I will kind of like cut people off. And girl. Just be by myself, by my lonesome. Man,
that is the problem. I am blocked that whole queen. I will block my mama. I will block my mama in a second. Like,
yo, how bad is it?
It's horrible. It's really bad.
It's insane. Like, it's something I'm really trying to work on because, and it's not like, oh, I just don't fuck with you, I hate you, or anything like that. It's like if the conversation is dry like a sponge. Yeah. And I'm bored, then octopus because I just shut the fuck up because
insider. Y'all don't know about octopus.
It just means shut the hell up.
Period.
But octopus for real because I just like if it's not feeding my mind, like I get so bored easily, and like I'm always holding myself to like climbing to the next level, getting to a different standard, like. Because that's one thing about life, which is cool. If you end on a note like how you came into life, you just kind of went through life without growing through life.
Right.
And it's purposeless almost. There's no like lessons. There's nothing you took from any of your experiences. So for me, like if I have people around me that aren't feeding my mind and stimulating me and challenging me too, like if I'm fucking up in life and you can't set me straight in a way that I'm like, yo, I hear you and grow.
Be around me.
There's no purpose for you to be around me. You are just sucking up my energy. So he's right. Like Nipsey Hussle said it best. It's a cage, not a circle.
Period.
Period.
Brings us into our topic of the day, which is glow up.
Yes, exactly. I want to glow up. You can't be in my circle.
Everybody's obsessed with this idea of glowing up, making it to the next level in your your journey. What does that look like for you? Glowing up.
So for me, well, currently I'm in the apartment stage of my life, as they say, where like you don't own your home and things like that. So for me, glowing up would just be like tying up a few knots with my credit. Shout out to anyone who knows some good creditors. If y'all want to help a sister out, y'all could drop your information below. Yes, you know, send us your business card, send us your information. We'll contact you, you know, promo you out, hook us up with a good rate. Know what I'm saying? Shout out. But yeah, like for me, that would probably just be my main thing of blowing up. You know what I mean? I already completed one of my goals. That was growing out my natural hair. It's finally at my shoulders. Curls and all. So like,
hair gang. Keep your hair natural. Stay away from them perms. Stay away from that straightener.
No chemicals.
Some TLC. Period.
For real. Like I love being able to change my color of hair every week. But it's one thing when you wear a wig or extensions or anything extra for fun. It's another thing when you do it like out of necessity.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's mad sisters who can relate, mad people who can just relate. Like, that was one of my goals. So between my credit and like being a home owner, those would probably be the only other two things that I would consider or identify as like my two keys to my glow up.
Okay. My idea of glowing up is just like never staying content. You know? Being humble and grateful for where I am, but not getting content where I feel this is all I need to be. You know, this is the level where I need to stay at. Like I always want to grow and just accomplishing all my goals that I set for myself and just never being content to an extent,
I get that.
I mean, it's like there's a balance.
Do you feel like, I feel like certain people like hit a goal and then just stay there, and then there's other people who hit a goal and like as soon as they hit that goal they have like 5 other goals that they're ready for. What kind of like person would you identify yourself as in this moment?
I'm definitely not a person that stays stagnant at all. Like, so but I also don't over tackle myself with like realistic goals, you know what I mean? Or too many goals at once. I'm more of a slow and steady, take it at my pace because I know that I have a lot going on in my personal life already than to be trying to, reach my goals. So I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
In the middle. I get that. I feel that. I have ADHD, so I'm probably all over the place. It's like, no, I definitely feel like I do. I have like artistic ADHD in the sense of like,
oh yeah, I feel like artists have to have some sort of ADHD, OCD. I know I definitely got
yes. I mean, it's Valentine's Day too, so I got all the D's. It's like, no, I'm just playing. It's
Valentine's Day for some, but not for me because I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't believe in pagan holidays, and I feel like my man should spoil me every day of the year, not just one day.
I love that every day should be Valentine's Day, but there'd be like some dudes you gotta hold to that one day. You just have to. There'd be like people who need a rule and a system.
Don't do shit for me any other day during the year. You better come through on this day.
Like you're average every other day. So you could just go a little above and beyond. No, I'm just playing. There'd be situations, there'd be dudes and females like that, of course.
For sure.
Of course.
And the post says, y'all become homeowners, then down talk renters. Y'all get married, then talk down on single people. Y'all make some money and then look down on people who are still making ends meet. Y'all get a little LLC, then down talk people who still punch the clock. Y'all get religious or spiritual, then look down on sinners. Humility will always be the code. Remember where you come from because you can be taken backwards. And when I seen this quote or this repost, it just spoke so much to me and inspired our topic today because no matter what level you go to, there's always going to be somebody hating or having something to say about that level. Like you get a car. Oh, well, it's not a foreign. You get a apartment. Well, it's not a house. You know what I mean? You don't own it. You know what I mean? Like there's always naysayers to everything you do. You feel me? So
yeah,
about that.
No, I mean, I could definitely see that. I feel like I don't know if it is a defense mechanism that other people do in the sense of like, hey, let me criticize you because that's something I haven't obtained yet in my life or I don't have and I would like to be there. Or, too, with like social media, I find that people are making these judgments off of like just social media, just what you see. You're not seeing somebody's bad day. You're not seeing somebody's like struggles to get to where they're getting. So everything just looks easy. So I'm not sure like if that's where that stems from, but mad people do this. I've had people do it to me.
I feel like it's crabs in a barrel mindset.
Syndrome, yes.
Want anybody to win, really, like. And like you said, on Instagram, they're only showing you the good. They're not showing you the bad. You're not seeing the bad. You know what I mean? Like, so you never know what people are really going through. But I have dealt with a lot of things like that. I remember when I got my first apartment, I had people hitting me up, haters talking about, well, your apartment's empty. You get me? Like, and it's just some people are not strong. Some people just feel defeated, with those type of comments, but just wave them around because People are always going to talk. And as long as you're progressing on your glow up, you're reaching your levels that you need to, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's real talk. I need that
Yeah,
piece
everything
of
else
info.
with, you know, with your journey, everything's going to come. You don't have to have everything together at once.
I think it makes it a better journey.
If you get everything handed to you, that's kind of building your ego opposed to building your character with slow progression and, you know, gradual success.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm one of those people, like, at least I used to be. I'm definitely growing out of it now, but I don't know if that's because I just have like tunnel vision at this point or because I actually don't care what people think. I'm not sure where I'm at on the spectrum yet, but I'm not going to front. Like, I used to totally get defeated, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm sensitive or if like I really just lack the confidence myself. Like, you know, some people, they're actually sensitive. Like, you tell them anything and it just breaks their spirit. Yeah. And then there's some people who just like start out that way and never have ever in their like 1 of a million tenth believe that they like could do something or accomplish it or just have any faith in themselves, regardless of whether you say a nasty comment to them or not. So I'm not sure if like at that point in my life I was just not confident or if I was just sensitive. And now I'm just like, yo, the time is going to pass regardless whether I care about what you said about me or not.
Right.
I just like don't know. Yeah, life is going to go on. I'm like, is that because I'm getting older?
It's going to go on. Yes.
Yes. The older you get, the less octopuses you care to give.
Oh my goodness. I feel it. So as far as competition, how do you feel about that? Are you someone who feels like, you know, you're in competition with others, or, how do you feel about competition?
I love competition. Something's wrong with me where I like, no, I fuel off that shit. Like, something's really wrong with me. I'm not one of those people. And I'm even on my most sensitive days, like I said, because I've had those days. I've never been like, oh, well, so-and-so has this over me and da-da-da-da. But I'd be like, yo, so-and-so has this. I could get that too. Yeah. See ya later. Do this. But I love that shit. Like, I love that shit, competition. I think it's healthy versus like, if you hate on your competition and you're like, oh, well, I can't make it because so-and-so's already made it, then it's like, you're actually not the best at what you do. You should sit down.
You should have several seats. For real. When it comes to competition, I don't see none. Okay. I love all people and like I want everybody to win, but I'm competing against myself. So I don't see no competition. You know, y'all beautiful and all, but y'all ain't me. Okay.
Y'all ain't me.
So I don't
bad bitch 101.
Yes, I don't really be in competition with people like that. I'm more competition with like the old me versus the new me. You know what I mean? Like, just really trying to work on myself opposed to trying to be in competition with others. But I'm really not a competitive person. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, except for with myself, not with others. Like, I don't care. I'll lose. Like, I'll take my L against somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal to me. Like, cause I know I can just do it again. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna retry and I'm gonna succeed next time. So
did you play sports?
We talked about that briefly. I played sports in like middle school and it just didn't go well for me. So
that's right. You was like, nah, that day that y'all scored, you was out. No, the reason I ask if you play sport, like for me, I think that's where my competition stems from, like badly. Cause I remember growing up in my school, there was something we had called, I don't know if it was like a relay race, but anyway, we would like run a mile and time it. And you had like a national award and a presidential award. And I remember it was like separated for boys and girls. And I was mad as hell. Like, ain't no way this boy gonna outrun me. So like I would strive to like keep up with the boys.
Outrun them boys, right?
Yo, swear. I swear, I would try to keep up with the boys to the point that I ended up on like a guys soccer team for about 8 years. I played on a guys team.
Okay.
Yeah. And so now even with my competition, I compete with boys.
Right. I take anybody who want it. Who want it with me.
Like, that is a part of raising my glow up game is like, I think I'm in every league. Like, and there's times where it'd be like, Dia, take a seat. Like, Dia, you're not a boy. You don't have a mustache. You ain't got no junk to grab down there. It ain't sweatpants season for you. Like, sit down. Dia, sit down. But don't get it twisted. I really get fueled by competition. Heavy. Like, so I love that you said me versus me, because it's like, I don't think I've ever been. Yeah, I think when you get to a place of me versus me, it's probably a whole different world, because you're literally looking at yourself and comparing yourself to yourself. Versus like,
right.
And for me, I think it's actually opened up my horizon to get me out of that little bubble I was talking about that I was in, because now I'm like able to comfortably look at competition from all different aspects. Rappers, guitarists, musicians. Then there's like female R&B, and I do pop music. So it's like, it's allowed me to kind of get comfortable expanding myself. So I haven't really touched that me versus me yet, but the glow up is on the way. We see fluorescent hair today.
Next level.
My shoulders.
So as far as your future, where do you see your top 3 glow ups being?
So, you know what? One thing I did want to add, for that, besides my credit, besides like being a homeowner, my weight. So I don't know if you know, I am like 5'7". I am generally like 120, 125 pounds. So I kind of look like lanky and tall and like awkward a little. But being in my mid-20s, I'm like at the point where I want weight on me.
Right. Some meat and bones, honey.
Yeah, to feel a little voluptuous.
You don't like cabbage.
Girl, I'm eating everything. Let me tell you something. I'm like 136 maybe.
But if you have a fast metabolism, no matter how much you eat, you're not gonna gain nothing if you got a fast metabolism.
Girl, I got an athletic body and I smoke, so my metabolism is like struggling.
Right.
And in my head, I'm like, oh no, I'm smoking. I have munchies. Da 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 da. Like I'm good. No, sis, I had to like slow up with smoking, everything, and just consume, like eat, like literally 16, 17 times a day. So I'm finally up to like 136. My goal weight is like 145. And we'll see how I look at 145. But that is one of my ultimate glow up goals for me, just as a woman, to kind of feel like curvaceous and sexy and things like that, because it's cool to be fit. Like I'm athletic. Yeah, work out just for health reasons and take care of myself. But I sometimes am like not physically attracted to myself in the sense of feeling sexy. Like I think I'm a dope look, you know what I'm saying? But feeling sexy as a woman and that glow up feel, like,
feel that.
Girl, when you put on some inches, it'd be like, who this?
Who is she? Who is she?
For real. So for me, it's like it's like putting on weight. Putting on pounds, not inches. What about you?
So for me, I would say my next 3 little glow up goals would probably be to maintain peace and positivity in my life.
Ooh.
Maintain that. Another one would probably be just to continue my journey, you know what I mean? As far as trying to be a makeup artist and beauty influencer, like just to level up in that category. And then another one would be to get my license, because I don't have my license. I just barely learned how to drive a few weeks ago.
For like the first time ever?
For the first time ever, yeah. So I'm trying to go ahead and get my license.
Girl.
So with y'all, okay?
First off, I actually don't have my license, and I have to do the test out here. I'm studying.
We gotta get it together.
No. So I just like didn't have a license for I think over 3 years. So if you don't drive actively and renew it within 3 years in New Jersey, you actually have to retake the test. So I have to retake my test. But let me tell you, these Georgia laws is different. No, don't get it twisted. I like passed my written test in New Jersey, trying to pass that out here. I like failed the pre-test. And I said, wait a second, this is like, these laws are really different. Like, what do you mean when there's trucks coming in on a highway and merging, like you don't merge in the exact lane that you're in? Like, of course they're like, no, you merge to traffic. I said, what? You're in one lane. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I was so confused. It's like little wording. Yeah. I was like, y'all petty. Y'all petty.
Me, period.
For real. So I feel you on that, because it does just make it easier. Like, and plus, who always wants to be a co-pilot? Sometimes you want to be the pilot.
Exactly. Sometimes you just want to get up and go, be the pilot, of course.
What would you say is something that you are utilizing as a tool to remain positive in this time? Because I know you said keeping your peace was one of the things.
It's definitely music, which brings us into music review.
Yes.
Music is super therapeutic for me, and it helps me to just stay positive. You know, it helps me to just maintain balance within my life. You know what I mean? When I need
yeah.
But let's.
Of course, I know what you mean. I'm Dia Nueva. I do music.
Of course, music. Period. Period.
Period. No, I feel that.
So we wanted to drop Cardi B's Up.
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
What you think about that?
Really dope. You know what I mean? Like, if you watch the video, she had a really dope visual.
I love
kind of weird
almost every scene except for the wardrobe they had her in the last clip, where it was like the black and
it looked cemetery. I think.
No.
Really.
No, I don't think she was in the cemetery yet, but it was like black with not whips. I'm sorry. It looked like feathers almost on her thighs, and it was all dancing, and it was like her and like the 7 dancers behind her. There was like in a circle kind of. She was in the middle. I was like, why did they do that to Cardi?
Why y'all did that to her?
No, you know what it reminded me of? You know, back in the day, like maybe in late 90s or early 90s, and it was like those movies where you had like the bad Spanish mamma jamma with the big diva hair, and then like either the workout outfits like from from like the 80s.
Yes.
That's all I saw looking at Cardi.
Not 20. We didn't see 2021. We saw 1986.
I said, Cardi, like, I love you and you're dope, but this is not it for me. I said, I'm confused. And even the lyrics, I'm not gonna front. This shows you like how I do not have street cred. If it's up, then it's stuck. I had to ask someone, can you explain this?
You know, that's probably different for you since you are an artist and you create, you know, I'm assuming you write your own lyrics. You know what I'm saying? For somebody that's really in touch with herself, which I'm not discrediting her artistry, but it's different. You know what I mean? Like you said, the lyrics, like as opposed to just being in the booth and sing whatever for whatever, opposed to really laying down and spitting bars. I get you.
I mean, she had a couple bars. I don't know, Barty's back, whatever, bad bitches, something. It was all B's, right? In the Blizzy block. I was like, what? She had a couple bars, you know, in the little pre-hook, but it's just like, if it's up, then it's stuck. What? I had to like almost Google what does if it's up, then it's stuck means. And someone had to explain it to me like translation that, you know, like if the energy
needs to be said. Y'all see that? You got it.
I had to like explain it because man, I just felt like out of touch, dumb, and confused. I was like, I don't get this. If it's up, then it's stuck. I was like, she's talking about like a ball, money on the shelf, money put up for later. Like, what's she talking about? Security deposits. I was so confused.
really stuck, or can you just like get something to get it? Like,
right, like you need a broom. Is this the last shelf at Home Depot? You need assistance? Like, what is this? And someone broke it down to me that it was like, you know, if your energy is there, like keep it there. Like if we beefing or whatever, all right, stay like that, right?
Right.
Yeah, right? I had it right. Their translation was
Yes,
correct.
that's exactly right.
Yo,
That's crazy. Let us know what y'all think about the Cardi B Up video.
for real, are y'all about it? Is this what a new bad bitch is?
Right. Is this for the new Bad Bitches anthem or what?
Well, what do you think with music in general now that, because she's not the first one to do this. I mean, her, Meg Thee Stallion, that's City Girls, Chinese Kitty, there's a whole bunch of people, but this seems to be like the kind of look that's going on. We back to the like the formation Beyonce dance, you know, simulation that's going on, full sets, girls kind of like almost naked. We almost naked 2021 pretty much. Silhouette challenge isn't anything anymore. Everyone's pretty much like half naked, even in the music videos. So are you for it? Like, is this the new glow up of 2021? Is this the new millennium of, like, is this the new for the next decade? Is this gonna be, you think this is gonna be like what we look at? Or you think it's gonna circle back around?
Gangster women are making a slow approach up the ladder like Asian Doll, you know what I mean? As opposed where she still wears her sex appeal, you know what I mean? But she's not rapping about sex and her coochie and her ass, you know what I mean? She's rapping.
If she had a lollipop.
Right.
Like what?
Rapping about more. She just giving and there's a lot of rappers like Amaretta. There's a lot of women rappers who just don't rap about regular raunchy things, and I like that, you know what I mean? Not knocking my women who, you know, sell appeal, that's dope, but I also like the diversity, you know, we can do many different things than just sell sex.
That's, you know what, I'm glad you said it like that, flat out, because I feel like that, like, since the dawn of time, women sell sex, whether you do it on a Monica Lewinsky level or whether you do it.
Harlots were in the Bible.
Right. Like, since the dawn of time. So it's just like, now it's at a point where it's different. Like, I just watched a Britney Spears interview yesterday. All right. And they was talking about the One More Time Baby video, right? You've seen it. They got her like in the school outfit. She's in a high school walking through the halls, but it's not like a schoolgirl outfit, like a regular porn outfit. It's like, you know, it's kind of tasteful. She's covered up. You can't see anything. Right. But they were like, you know, you look like this wholesome girl and now you're basically out here in underwear. And she was like, in underwear? And I literally flashed forward to like, if up, then it's stuck. I swear.
If it's up and it's stuck, listen.
I say, yo, no, this is dancing in your underwear. And again, we're not knocking anyone. There's nothing wrong with it, but
how can
men have the tables turned.
And it's more like, well, she's came out doing that and you didn't. But girl, I got different sides of me. I wasn't ready to present that side yet, and now I am. So you're gonna have to do it or mind your business. It's that simple. People need to mind their business and drink they
Kool-Aid.
Exactly.
Sip your tea, sis. What do you think about the
review? Yes, that one. I'm ready for it.
Wait, what?
Our next music review. I'm ready for that one.
Oh, for Nipsey Hussle featuring Jay-Z.
Nipsey.
Yes, I believe that was off the soundtrack for for the Judas and the Black Messiah. Yes. And let me tell you, I am here for it. I ain't gonna front for a minute because, you know, I'm diehard Nipsey Hussle fan. And I happened to be there in LA when he passed. And let me tell you, I've never felt a shift in a city before in my life. That shift was, that energy change was different. So, you know, since his passing, you know, they say it all the time, when you pass as an artist, you're almost worth more dead than alive because your music will just keep coming out, especially if you have a lot of content, a lot of repertoire. And so there have been at least, I want to say, 6 solid singles that have been pushed with a lot of other artists, let alone other projects. But this feature specifically with Jay-Z, at first I was like, come on, Jay-Z, like, why are you riding the bandwagon so late? But I ain't gonna front. When I finally listened to the whole record, I said, sheesh, we got robbed. Because Nipsey, there's just nothing like it. Like, you talk about positivity and peace and like an energy when his records come on, and this being two of the greats, Jay-Z and Nipsey Hussle, I ain't gonna front, this record goes hard. And it's perfect that it was placed on a soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I agree. Now I'm a little biased because I am Nipsey's biggest friggin' fan. You know what I'm saying? 11 years down, 12 now, I've been a fan of Nipsey. So obviously I'm gonna love everything he put out. But I really like this, you know, and it's really dope that he got to work with Jay-Z. And, you know, Nipsey's music is like the gospel. Like, it just speaks to you. And his music helped me get through so many down, dark parts of my life. I love it.
If you really listen to what he's saying, it's just like, it's always
it's always a positive, you know,
no matter how raw and real it is,
business,
it's always positive.
Savvy, business tools, keys to becoming successful. It's all in the blueprint to success is in music.
Yeah. And sure. Like I said, this was attached to Judas and the Black Messiah, which was one. I'm so glad I went to see it. If you have a chance to go see it, go see it.
Okay, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it was definitely, they did a great job with the film. Especially with telling the story of the Black Panthers and what was kind of going on in that time. For me, you know, growing up in a suburban area where, you know, I had Caucasian teachers teaching me Black history. One, I was so confused. Two, there are like so many stories that are left out, so many like substantial pieces of history too that aren't highlighted, because mainly when they do talk about Black history, especially in that district I was in, it was more, it wasn't really about history. It was like about the Civil War. You know what I mean? Like, they touch on it leading up to the war. They just touch on it. So this was a story that I was so actually grateful that I just got to witness and got to hear and see an actual cinematic like video of it, because I had no knowledge of this guy. And basically it was like an informant who joined the Black Panthers and kind of like brought them down from the inside out. And it was really devastating, to go back to what you said about crab in the barrel syndrome. Yeah. It was so devastating to see that story told. And the person who was the informant, I can't remember his name correctly off the top of my head. He actually did an interview. And so they filmed the movie like an interview. They flash back to his interview and to the real person whose interview it was. And he ended up committing suicide after the interview debuted. And I believe that was like 1987 or 1985. It like debuted on ABC, and later that night they found him committed suicide. So it was just so sad that they make you almost feel sorry for him, but at the same time, you're like, how could you do that to your own people almost?
Yeah, he was a snitch, bro.
He was straight up a snitch, but even in the film, what was cool was they captured moments of him being like almost converting to the cause of the Black Panthers. Because when some of their buildings were burnt down and stuff, he was like the first one there rebuilding it, putting it back together. You know, like there were certain things that started to shake him. And like as an informant, he would go to the cops, meet with them, and like try to get out of the situation. But, you know, they threatened him with time. So it's like, in a way, his struggle resonated with me. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you could have saved so many more lives by you just doing your bid for a crime that you committed anyway.
Exactly. But,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I'm grateful that I got to see the story. If you have a moment or in a couple hours, because it was a long film.
I'll definitely go check it out for sure. I love the track list that's on the movie. I love it.
Yeah, they got many great artists.
In honor of, you know, Black History Month, which we're still in, to Black people who have inspired you.
There's so many. Do you want to go first?
Of course. No, I stay ready.
You go first.
Okay, so the first I will have to give it to Nipsey because
Mm-hmm.
previously he's such an inspiration to me just to see where he came from. He literally came from where I'm from, which is in California. You know what I mean? Like he's from LA, I'm from a couple hours down, but like just so close to me.
Mm,
And he's from where I'm from, you know, he struggled and just stayed true. He's example that, you know, you don't have to be a sellout. You know what I mean? You could
right.
still be real man, nigga, so to say, you know what I mean, and still be at the top of the world. So he's such an inspiration in so many ways. And the second would have to be my black children because
Ooh.
every day to continue and to be the best woman that I can be for them and myself.
Oh, that's some real shit.
Yes.
Aww. I love when you get in mommy mode. It's so cute. Sorry, it's so cute. I love it. Aw. Um, wow. I'm glad you said your kids. Because you
Mhm.
know what? I think like some people don't consider their kids role models sometimes because they're so young, or you know what I mean, like such significant anchors. But it's so cute that you mentioned your
There and tell you like don't cuss, you know what I mean? Don't do this, and you know
octopus.
role models. Yes, octopus, honey, get it together.
Oh no, that's so cute. I love that that's your code with them too, instead of like actually just being like, yo, shut up. Like you just be like, octopus guys, I need it quiet.
Sometimes they do get the shut up. Okay, brought an octopus a bit too many times.
Oh my gosh. So for me, my two that I'm gonna drop, just one is SZA because, and I was just
I
discussing
love
her this morning.
Sugar.
So she's from Jersey, you know, East Coast holding it down.
Yeah.
Um, I just love that she is super, super melanated for one, and
Yes, I love that how you said that too. Super melanated.
super melanated. Like I'm one of those people. My family's super mixed. We're Jamaican, as I say. I'm Jamaican, so I'm Jamaican and American. But my parents are Jamaican and then Indian and Irish. So my sisters and I were super mixed. We're all different complexions. I have one that looks like dark Indian and another one that looks like Blasian completely. And then I'm just like, hey. And I'm not gonna front, like growing up, I used to want to actually be a little darker skinned because my sister's skin is just so, it's so pretty. Like it's just clean, dark, but it's all even. And like
Right.
being a little lighter skinned, like you can see my blemishes a lot more.
Right.
But SZA's complexion is super melanated, and on top of that, not only is she like an amazing R&B artist and songwriter, she's also, I listened to a record this morning featuring Meg Thee Stallion, Freaky, by the way, if y'all ever heard it. And it was like super, super kind of poppy. And you know, pop is what I do. So the
Right.
fact that she came out as like such a strong R&B artist, kind of in that same musical shift with Jhené Aiko when they really brought back the R&B game, I was just so surprised that SZA's genre actually extended so far out. So
Right.
for me, I was like, yo, my shorty from New Jersey, but she out here with the Cali swag. How?
Yeah.
That's SZA. And then my little sister, you guys
Oh,
don't know her. Yeah, she was here last week. I
yes,
should have taken some videos, but her name's Vanessa Matadine. She is dope. She cut all her hair off, like
okay.
just like had to go through the whole natural.
Right.
And she's been an
Personal.
inspiring, yes, natural cut, everything. And just like, that was like out of, listen, my hair is breaking. I don't know what to do with it. I can't keep perming it in California. It's so expensive. What do I do? And it just started breaking. And she just went in one day, cut it. And I kid you not, a week and a half later, she got signed to an acting agency.
Oh wow. Yeah,
That
they
was
them crazy different looks.
all because like she literally just cut all her hair off and her look was like what her agent told her. Like, listen, I haven't seen anyone with your look. Yeah. And she was so scared to do it. And as like a person of color, I think sometimes we're defined by our hair, whether it's our natural hair, whether it's like inches, weaves, wigs, whatever. Like sometimes at least I've struggled with this, like, and I've seen her struggle with it, having a perm was essential. She was like, it's just, one, easier for her to do and maintain, and then two, she just felt like accepted by other people with like straight hair, and had this like quote unquote girl next door look. But like, what does the girl next door look like anymore? Our neighborhoods are so integrated.
Me? I'm just kidding.
Me? Me when I have a purple wig on versus a pink wig on? All of us? No.
Right.
She just has inspired me a lot because she's grown like tremendously this year. And just as a person of color who's also had a mixed background, she's really finding herself, not only as an actress, but as a 24-year-old female. So it's super dope. And she's the only one out of my family who lives on the West Coast by herself.
Okay. So she's
my little munchkin.
By herself.
Yeah. And she's doing it. She just had an audition with Lee Daniels the other day from Empire.
Okay. Congratulations. Better get it, Chris.
Working. She's working. So, you know, we're going to have to bring her on one day.
Oh, yeah. So we can get into that, tap into that modeling life.
Yes. She's probably like the closest person for my inspiration when I grow up. I ain't gonna cry.
That's dope.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and end with our 2 truths and a lie. You ready? Because I'm ready. I can't prepare.
Girl, you tell me your 2 truths and a lie right now. Watch it be all 3 lies.
All right. Let's do it. So, growing up, I had pyrophobia.
No, hold on. You're going to have to break down what pyrophobia is.
Pyrophobia is the fear of fire.
Oh, because you said phobia. Wow. Okay.
Is that how you say it? Pyrophobia, right?
No, yeah, because I'm thinking of pyromaniacs. I'm like, fucking pyrophobia.
People that like, I think pyromaniacs like to set fires.
Yeah, that's why when you said phobia, I was like, oh, okay.
Like, yeah. I'm scared of fire. I was, okay. Now I am an adrenaline junkie, and I've never been in a fight. Where's the lie?
You've never been in a fight.
That's a lie? Is that a lie?
Is that really? I think that's the lie.
That's definitely the lie. I've been.
Yeah, where's mine? Yo, you look like somebody I would bring to my fight. Like, yo, I know Panama gonna hold my shit down.
No, I'm not.
I'm just playing.
I have been in fights before, unfortunately.
Well, listen, if it's up, then it's stuck. We're not fighting.
If it's up, then it's stuck. You can fight your damn self.
For real, like we ain't fighting. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I love it though. So that was your lie that
yes,
you've never been in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you ready for my 2 truths and a lie?
Yeah. Bring it to Come on with it.
Okay. I have lip injections. I'm 5'7", and I was a gymnast.
I could totally see you as a gymnast. And the lip injections, I don't know. I'm going to say the lip injections is a lie.
I don't have lip injections. These are my lips.
Real juices. Natural juices.
You know what I'm saying? No, somebody asked me that the other day. So I was just like, man, this is going to be my lie on this podcast.
Yeah. They do look like you could have gotten them done though.
Like real. What, fillers or?
Yeah, like I don't know how to define them, but you got real DSLs, as they like to say.
Don't get it twisted. Sorry.
Don't get it twisted now. And that's all today, folks. No, we didn't. Anything else you want to add or?
You know what? Just follow us on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? We want to thank you guys for coming every week. You know what I'm saying? Keep your bad bitch self up. Maintain your glow up.
Every week.
Yes. Happy Black History Month. Shout out to all the supporters and follow me on Tongue Side and Twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Period. Thank y'all. See y'all next week.
Hey.